Hi everyone, so I was checking the fish out and one of them's got a slight red mark on its side and I thought, that doesn't look good. And it actually reminded me of a job that I've been putting off for too long, which is to give the pressure filter a proper dismantle and deep clean. I've done a video before about how I've been doing the cleans, but it's like I knew I had to do it, so I've used that as a motivation to kind of get this job done. So that's what this video is about today. Also, I'm going to give a little bit of a, obviously once I've taken it apart, I've had a look inside, I've given it a clean. I'm just going to update my review on it because I did do a review when I first bought it, obviously with no experience. So let's see what we find. So here's everyone happily swimming around. Sorry for the water, obviously we're filling up, but they've all come up to the surface, I think, to say hello. So it's this one here. Where are we? The silvery one, I can't remember what it's called, not Master Chief. It's got the slight mark on its side. Let's see if I can. It's just there. See that little red mark? It's quite a colourful fish anyway. For one, I think it's going to be silver. They're hungry. I haven't fed him today. See if we can get him to. There, just down the side. Yeah, it's a little bit concerning. Give the old pressure filter. I'm going to take it apart, give it a quick deep clean. So for those of you that haven't seen my deep clean, my regular clean video, I was going to give a quick real recap now. So obviously spin clean filter, put it to waste. What I do, put the pump onto 100%. Give it a good old blasting through, turning the handle. I'd normally eject about 10% of the water. I'm going to do slightly more today, just for a bit more of a bigger clean. But what I also do, hang on, is I put a filter sock on the return and then I blast it through back in the pond with the pump on 100%. And it just gets a load more gunk out, obviously, because it's almost like purging the whole return system and everything. And also, whilst that's going back to the pond, I do give it another little spin, and I'll just do this for a second so you can see. Gets loads more muck out, look at that. Yeah, and it stops all that reject going into the pond. I think that's 100 micron or 200 micron sock, but this isn't what we're doing today. Look at my other video for what I do. I've run this cycle a couple of times. So just to give you an indication, by running that back through 100% and turning the handle, that's how much more gunk I've got out of the filter. Pretty mean, but certainly worth doing. So back to one side. Now I'm just going to take this out and see what it's like inside. I've got a bucket of pond water there to clean the sponges. Let's do it. So I'm keeping the air pump going, so you're going to have to bear with me. This is the first time I've taken this apart since I plumbed it in. I think I've left enough slack, but I might need to disconnect some wires. Actually, one thing that I do need to take into account is, because of how low the outlet is on the old IBC tank, I'll need to shut it off here. Yeah, spiders. But again, this is why I kept all that in place. So that's now off, so we won't get any siphoning when I undo this, and I can check that. I'll put that to waste. Shouldn't be getting any. Yeah, I'm not. I'll keep that in there just in case. Yeah, okay, so let's get this taken off, shall we? Oh, I wasn't recording. So what I've just done, I've taken the collar off the pressure filter, popped the lid, and water's gone pissing everywhere. So I'm just going to turn the electrics off, won't be a sec. Right, I'm back. So I need to see if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't think I am. I think I've got enough slack on the pump, but not on the return back to the heater. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet and undo the return. Right, so I just got some adjustable spanners on there. undo that. Yeah, look, we've got a bit of grime building up in there. Actually, it's worth looking at in there. Look, we've got residue building up inside the pipes. Interesting. So I know everything's going to be pissing out and leaking after I finish doing this. Just my look. Oh wow, wouldn't have thought that had been leaking when I was pulling this out. So, see the brushes in there, guys? Just going to let that settle for a minute. So, I think it's probably worth saying that I've had this running now for, look at my hand, yuck. Right, so, hang on. So I've had this running for 1 year and 4 months. And this is the first time I've actually taken it apart. I intended on doing it actually at the beginning of the season, but first impressions, the sponges are looking a little bit worn here. On the bottom of the filter here, we've got a little bit of, I don't know what this is. This is some sort of animal. This is some sort of like animal nest in here. Look at this. These are little egg sacs or something. Zoom in. You. Come zoom in. Yeah, man. Look, has that one got something in it? Yeah. Anyways, let's get a bit of a look. So, yeah, this needs a clean. Got a bit of gunk build up in places in here, but it doesn't look too bad. Let's get the bucket out. So there's the bucket. Now it does look like it's got a load of crap in there, to be fair. Let's pour it out. I mean, you've seen I've just done a clean on this. So, see what sediment's left. Important to note, I didn't leave, for these purposes, the media in the bottom, because it does come with media, but look at that. It's like kind of, oh, that's a jellified mess of shit, fish poo. Eggs of creatures in there. There's quite a bit in there, to be fair, more than I thought. Sometimes when I clean this out, I'd shake this bucket. Oh, I'll tell you what, hang on. Here we go. Yeah, this is something I should have done earlier. So I'm going to give this a blast with the hose and clean that out. Yucky, yucky. Yeah, so next what I'll do, I'm going to give this a clean over. I'm going to clean the UV, but I mean, these filters are starting to show their age now, aren't they? But I'm going to give them a clean in the pond water and give that a little clean over as well. Yuck. Yeah, interesting. Look, this just needs a little spray round. So yeah, cool. Disclaimer, I have not read the manual, but I'm assuming that you just undo this bit and this will come off. Yeah. Oh, I need to get those sponges off. Look, you can see this one's starting to really degrade actually. The way this works, you turn that handle there, obviously the handle's not on it, and these blades here spin and turn the sponges around, and where it compresses them it cleans them, but obviously it doesn't get all the way in to clean out the crap from all the way down in the middle. Look, so yeah, this is definitely regular maintenance, guys. Look at it. I feel like I've neglected this a little bit, to be fair. So yeah, let's get this undone and get it done. Yeah, instruction manual was hopeless, so I think I've just got to take this screw out, which is the screw on those paddles. Pop it over there. This should then come off. Yob. Oh yeah, now you can really see. Good illustration there, guys. Look, you can see where it's just obviously squishing. It's not cleaning out anything really from in the depths of the sponges. Look at that. It's not doing it, is it? Not cutting it at all. Yeah, and it's doing a good job of keeping the water clear. Not sure that's doing anyone any favours though, to be fair. So yeah, I'll come back and give this a rinse out in a minute. Let's get the camera on this bucket. So yeah, this is pond water. So interestingly, can these, I'm just trying to see if we can take this plastic cowl off. This filter, look, it's not in good condition at all, is it? Can squish them that way. So let's see if we can. Some little catches here, look. Can we put them off? Or do these twist? Can't see. Oh, hang on. Push that in to release those clips over, I think. Yeah, and then clip that one in. Gonna break this now, look. Wow, that's not an easy design, is it? Right, let's just see if we can do it without taking them off. Do you know what? I'm not too happy about not taking them off. Let's see if we just peel them off, shall we? Yeah, look, here we go. I think they do recommend that you can see there's all worms growing in it, which isn't a bad thing. Yeah, they do recommend you replace these. Let's just give these a good old squidge out. Look at that. Yeah, so to be honest with you guys, I should have done this a long time ago, 6 months ago probably. Like going into the winter, maybe going into the winter just before and then just coming out of it. So this is my own fault, but it has changed my opinion actually of this as a unit. Because I have, you know, I think as I showed you previously on this video, I'll probably go above and beyond with how I blast this through with the pump on 100%. And then back washing it a couple of times, you know, I probably do more than your average person would on the filter clean for this. So I'm going to give that a wipe off with a brush actually, and then I'll put all that back together. Let's have another look at another one. So this is a higher density sponge. I think the blue ones are low and these are high. Let's see if we can get this off. Yeah, guys, look at that. Yeah, I mean, that's thick. That's not just like dirty water, is it? That's just thick of shit. Excuse my language. Yeah, right. I think I'm going to need some more pond water to give these another rinse through afterwards. How crazy. But I mean, you can see, to be fair, how much I'm having to squeeze this to clean it. And just those paddles crushing that out a bit, nah, it's not good enough. I've seen the Oase pressure filters, they have a different mechanism where you pull a handle and it compresses all the sponges as part of that cleaning cycle. That's obviously going to do a much better job because that's more akin to kind of what I'm doing here. But I mean, look at this water, that's 2 sponges. It's grim. So yeah, you don't need to see me do all this. I'm going to run that through and then give it another blast through as well, because that water's too dirty now. So I'll back to you once I've finished this process. So there we are, that's the water from those 4 filter sponges. Grimness, mate, it's opaque. Do you know what? I might sink some of that in my garden. That's going to stink, innit? That's going down the bloody drain. So now it's going to take I've given all these a clean. Just taking the 4 screws out here from the top of the UV unit. Give that a clean look. There we are. That's all gunked up. So again, that's going to be certainly limiting the effectiveness of the UV. And we'll give that a little clean out in there as well. But yeah, I'm not going to change the UV bulb. Just going to give that clean for today. Right, so where are we at? I've just given these a good old spray. Giving them a good old clean off. Scrub that out. This is the mechanism that shows you when it needs cleaning. It never popped up on mine, but it came apart whilst I was scrubbing the underside, and actually there was quite a lot of gunk in there, so worth getting in there, giving that a blast. That's all nice and clean. UV's all now nice and clean. I'll scrub down in there, so let's put it all back together. But I mean, that's the bucket of water again from just another squeeze through the sponges with some fresh pond water and cleaning out with the plastic bits. So yes, I had drilled a couple of drainage holes in the bottom of this, but it's not draining, so I need to give that a blast as well. So yeah, I've just slid these all back on, the same order they went on, but I switched these two because this one was knackered and this one wasn't quite so bad, so I switched them out. Look at that evil, ravenous beast over there howling at the dogs around the neighbourhood. You scaring everyone off, are you, Lottie? Vicious animal. Yes, so now this plate goes back on here. To be fair, this wasn't as difficult a job as I thought it might be, so yeah, kicking myself for not doing this sooner, to be honest. It's just one of those jobs I knew I had to do, just didn't get round to it. No excuse. Put this back in, and then put the UV back in, and we'll plumb her back up again, see if we have any leaks. God, I'm getting, it's not easy one-handed, is it, dog? Just putting this back on, look, you can see how this works. You can get auto ones of these, but essentially that's what's happening when you clean it. Look, I mean, those paddles, how far are they going into those sponges? I mean, they're not, are they? Let's face it. Anyway, let's put it back together. First, always keep old drill bits you don't mind using for rubbish stuff. Oh, mind that iron hose. Just drill a couple of drainage holes in here. Already one there, but to be fair, oh god, that one went. There you go, that's what we need. Go for a bit of the old gap remove. Actually, do you know what, I should drill through. There we go, that's what we need. Wait, cool. That's draining away nicely new. I'll give that a quick splurt out with the old hose because I don't want that to be stinky. Yeah. So I'll keep forgetting to film it because I'm on a mission. So I've got that all back in there now. I'm just going to finish plumbing all the pipes in, get the UV back in. There it is. Going to do a bit more of a flush and a water change. Hopefully no leaks. Haircut tomorrow. So, where did this go? So right, what I need to do is put some fresh PTFE tape on here, because that is, you need to replace this every time you redo these. It's a pain to get the old stuff off, so I'm going to get a screwdriver on that and put it off. Oh look, it's still slimy in there. I mean, it's biofilm. Right, 2 secs. I'm just going to film this because this is a pain in the arse. I've got a wire brush here and just giving that a slight scrape to get some of it off, and then gives you some of the fibres to grab hold of to undo. Remember, this wraps around a certain way, doesn't it? So have I gone the wrong way? Sorry for the shoddy camera work here, but this is not easy. Here we go. Just need to be able to get hold of a little bit, but you need to get all that off before you put the new stuff on, otherwise you're just going to end up with a leak. So I'll snap back to you in a sec once I put the new stuff on. I've done another video before about putting this on, so when I plumb this bad boy in, so go back and have a look at that video if you want to see how to put it on. Now I've got that off. Look, there we go. But I've just realised, look, there's some, I think a bit of grease has transferred. Didn't realise my wire brush was a little bit dirty. So I'm just going to make sure I remove anything from here that might have come off that wire brush. Silly really of me to do that, but anyway, can't be too careful. But as you can see, like, I've got all of the PTFE tape off of there. Put some fresh on, do that up, turn the pumps back on. There we are, boom. So I just remembered in here there's a rubber seal, so I've just taken that because that had some grime on it, and again I'm just going to clean that just to make sure all of these mating surfaces are clean. There was a little bit of grime on it, see, so I'm just going to clean that, make sure it's all nice and clean, because again that could just create a drip. Collar's on, get the UV back in, just check there's a seal around the top there. Actually, look, that needs a clean, doesn't it? There we are, get that bad boy in. Make sure we get the old cable management right. Which just means basically chucking it down there, out of the way. And then get those screws in. I'm going to drop one of these, you watch. Oh, 2 down, 2 to go. One more. It's my screwdriver. No, that's the drill. There it is. We'll go easy with the power tools on plastic components. Oh. One day I'll take my own advice. Make sure those done up tight. Okay, so quick stock check. I've checked all these are done up nice and tight. That is currently, is that pointing to waste? Do you know what? I am going to flush it quickly and get this cleaned and put back on. Right, hang on. Okay, so I've cleaned the sock, put the air pump back on, so get things moving again. I've got the filter turned to waste, so I'm just going to purge it. So open up the valve down here. You can hear that all filling up. There's the waste pipe. Oh shit, it's here. So once that fills up from the pressure of the tank, it should come out of here. Do you know what? There we go. Let's give that a little blast. There we are. So that's all now plumbed back in. I think we'll turn that off. We'll turn the filter back on. Excuse me. I'll tell you what, that's turning easier. The handle's definitely turning easier since the clean. We'll turn it back on here and blast it through there. See if any more gunk comes out the pipe work. Yeah, look. So look, we're still getting this shit out of it. Excuse my language. The other thing I'm going to do, actually, which I've done before, Spitfires. Beautiful. Get a fly past for the filter clean. So that's what we got. Just for turning that back on. Look, this is my return pipe here. Give that a shake, mate. Dislodge anything else that might be hiding in the pipe work. This one. A little bit extra come out. Right, okay. So we're back in business. Filter's running. I'm going to have to wait until this has dried to see if I've got any leaks, but this is the one here, wasn't it, that I redid. Oh, I just don't know. I have to dry that all up and see later. But where I've manoeuvred all of these pipes, all of these joints here and these joints here could potentially start leaking, and the ones where they attach here, and obviously where we've got the collar on the filter there, and also around the UV. So I'm going to have to give this a good old dry and then come back and have another look later. But just to give an indication, this is how much water I've taken out the tank. I'm going to, so I've got my marker lines here, look, so that's 1,000 litres, that's 900, that's 800, is that right? Yeah, so when it's up to there, it's 1,000 litres. That'd be 9, 8, 7. Yeah. So I'm gonna drop it down to 7, I think, and then we'll give it. Then we've got essentially like a 25% water change. Still got the moving bed filter working away now. We'll do another video on that, and I'll just leave this running as well because obviously the water's gone a bit murky. So this will help catch any other fines as the filter now carries on. But I'm going to leave that. I might leave that running at 10,000 litres just to give all that pipe work a proper blast through. Yes. Beautiful. So we're all back up and running. Like I said, I've got it running at 100% just to really blast it through that sock mainly, and to give all the pipe work a good blast through, because like I said, it did see some residue film inside the pipe, so that would just make sure that that's all I can do really, innit? I can't go through cleaning all the pipes. Yeah, so I've dropped the water level down, like I said, done about 25-30% water change. I'm now filling that back up through my trickle that goes through my 3-stage dechlorinator. I've actually I cleaned the filters out there. Another video in the backlog I haven't finished editing yet, so I'll put that out as well. So yeah, anyway, look at, actually the water's cleared up massively now. It's been running for a couple of hours after doing the filter clean. I'm going to do a water quality test and I'll show you the results of that in a minute, but I thought probably worth just showing you guys actually how clear the water is in here. Look at that, it is proper clean. If you can see, yeah, look at that. No fines in there at all. Crystal, absolutely crystal clear. Even looking down from the top, look at that. So it does do a good job, bless its little cotton socks. Ammonia test is now ready, and again look, yeah, zero ammonia. Probably worth saying, I've been feeding those fish a good 4 handfuls of food a day pretty much consistently for the last couple of weeks since the temperatures have heated up, so that's good. Done is the nitrite test, so let's have a quick look. There it is. So with these Colombo tests, you put it on here and look down, and I mean, you can't see it, there's ever such a slight tinge of pink. It's not showing up on the camera, but it's no way near even 0.5. So I think we're good with the nitrites. So now onto the nitrate, and this is where my tank lets itself down. Yeah, we're quite high on the old nitrate, 50 milligrams a litre. But this is to be expected because I've only got aerobic biological filtration, which is why I need to build my bog filter, which I will finish eventually. So this is why I've done the water changes today. So that's what we got in terms of the water tests. Now annoyingly, my Colombo set only came with 3 tester pots, so I can only do 3 tests at a time here, so I'm still using up an old NT Labs kit. So whenever I do my parameters, I always do a pH using this one. Yeah. I think that's probably, I'm going to say that's an 8. Looks a bit darker there. It's difficult to tell. So one thing I don't like about this NT Labs kit actually is the variations between those 3 colours there is just not good enough. But that, although that's was it a high or a low pH outside of optimums, my tank, because I've got really hard water, is always at the higher end. So that's normal for my tank. So I've decided to not be lazy and rinse the test tube out and do it on my Colombo test kit. And I think that, oh crikey, I think that is a solid 7.5. It's not as dark as the 8, which you probably can't see very well, but yeah, I'm going with a 7.5 on the pH. So again, pretty usual for my pond, so that's good. So in summary, I think despite the state of that pressure filter, the water parameters haven't actually been that bad. Obviously I did all of those tests after I did the 25/30% water change, but again there's no traces of ammonia or nitrates in there. Obviously the only one that stuck out was the nitrates, which is always high in this tank, and I think, like I said, because I don't have any anaerobic filtration going on in there, and it doesn't matter how much of a water change I normally do, it normally sits around that sort of level anyway. So my updated impressions on the All Pond Solutions PFC-5000 pressure filter. It's done me a job. Keep on top of your maintenance. I've got to look back through the manual. They do suggest those filter pads. I'll put a screenshot in actually while I'm talking here so you can see what their maintenance schedules are. I haven't stuck to those, to be fair. I should have done. And if I had done, it wouldn't have been in that state, but it was in a mess. I mean, I think that's probably taken me well over an hour to dismantle that, clean it. I've got filthy, but I think inherently in the design of that filter, turning that handle does not clean the sponges. It's going to get the stuff off the surface, the big muck, but the stuff that was deep rooted inside those sponges was so thick, water just wouldn't have been passing through them anyway. So it's not like that's even beneficial bacteria building up. There was sludge in the bottom. I hadn't put the balls in, the bio balls. If I put the bio balls in, that would have been even worse. So I think they're a waste of time. So yeah, I think maybe they might serve a purpose, but I think with hindsight, I would still bought that because it's cheap. Stick to the maintenance schedules. I would probably take that apart every 3 months minimum, maybe more than that. But then, it's like the more you take it apart, it's just going to leak. It's just going to fall to bits in it. So yeah, I'm not going to come to a conclusion, say buy it, don't buy it, because obviously it's kept me going. Just hope that I haven't caused myself a problem in the tank by not sticking to those maintenance schedules, but we shall see. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for just continued support. I know I've been a bit lame, a bit rubbish with putting out regular videos of late. I've just had a lot of other things on at the moment, but what I will do actually, once the tank's settled down and it's cleared up, I'll chuck some footage in there of the fish swimming around nice and happy, because they are doing well, they are growing well. So that's what I mean again. But actually, before I finish off, don't forget I have got a big moving bed filter inside the tank here with loads of K1 and K1 micro and all that sort of stuff in it. Not K1 micro, K1 and K1 plus, I think. So that's what I always said I was relying on for my biological filtration. I was only ever intended on using that filter for mechanical filtration, which it has done. It has kept the water quite clear. I know when it needs to spin because the water starts to get a bit mucky. I clean it and the water generally clears up. So yeah, keep on top of the maintenance with them. Thanks for watching. thanks for subscribing. Even though I'm not posting videos, I'm still getting subscribers. So thanks for everyone that's recently tuned in. I appreciate your support. Yeah, I've got a few videos in the backlog to keep putting out, this has spurred me on actually to sort that out. Planning for the pond continues, but I've got a better idea in my head now what I'm going to be doing there. So hopefully probably going to build that one over the autumn, we'll see. But yeah, a bit of a longer video than I think I anticipated doing today, just because it ended up just taking me ages. So I'll just give you one last little peek at the fish swimming around in their nice new clean water, and I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon on the next one. Take care everyone, bye bye.